Have you ever felt like the universe is somehow responding to your thoughts and emotions, almost as if your life is echoing what is happening inside your mind? Many people believe that our thoughts, feelings, and intentions send invisible signals into the universe, and in return, the universe responds by shaping the experiences we encounter. This idea may sound mysterious, but it has inspired millions of people to become more mindful of their thoughts and the energy they carry. If our thoughts truly influence our reality, then learning how to communicate with the universe could completely change the direction of our lives. In this video, we will explore powerful ways to connect with the universe and send clear, positive signals that can help turn your dreams into reality. The central idea of this discussion is that our thoughts, emotions, and intentions carry energy, and this energy communicates with the universe. Whether we realize it or not, we are constantly sending messages through our mindset, beliefs, and actions. When we become more aware of this connection, we gain the ability to guide our lives more consciously. By using practices such as positive thinking, meditation, visualization, affirmations, and gratitude, we can align our inner world with the future we want to create. The theme is simple yet powerful. When our thoughts and energy align with our desires, we begin attracting experiences that match them. Have you ever found yourself wondering why certain things keep happening in your life, almost as if the universe is playing a strange game of echo with your thoughts and feelings? Sometimes it feels like there is a deep, invisible connection between what goes on in our minds and what eventually unfolds in our lives. It can seem mysterious, but many thinkers believe this connection is very real. The well-known motivational speaker Brian Tracy once said, "You are a living magnet. What you attract into your life is in harmony with your dominant thoughts." In simple words, this means that the universe is not just an empty space around us. Instead, it may be constantly responding to the thoughts, emotions, and words we express every day. The interesting part is that most of this communication happens without us even realizing it. It is like sending signals into the world without knowing the exact frequency we are using. Our thoughts quietly travel outward, and the universe responds in ways we may not immediately notice. But here is the good news. We can actually learn how to tune ourselves to the universe's frequency and communicate with it more clearly. Our thoughts have incredible power. They can slowly turn into real events, situations, and opportunities in our lives. This raises an important question. How do we move from unconscious broadcasting to intentional communication? How can we make sure that we are asking the universe for the things we truly desire, instead of accidentally attracting the things we fear or worry about? There are several ways to do this. In this video, we will explore 5 powerful ways to talk to the universe and make sure we are sending the right signals so we can begin creating the life we truly dream of. The first and most powerful way to communicate with the universe is by understanding the power of energy. This idea becomes fascinating when we realize that everything around us, including our thoughts and emotions, carries a certain type of energy. 2 important principles help explain this idea: the law of vibration and the law of attraction. Imagine that everything in the universe is always vibrating, just like the strings of a guitar. Each string produces its own sound, and in the same way, every thought and emotion produces its own energetic vibration. When we feel happy, calm, or grateful, our vibration becomes lighter and more positive. When we feel angry, fearful, or worried, our vibration becomes heavier and lower. In simple terms, our thoughts and emotions are like invisible signals we send out into the universe. Now, this is where the law of attraction comes in. The law of attraction works on the idea that similar energies attract each other. In other words, like attracts like.
This means that the energy you send out through your thoughts and emotions will naturally attract experiences that match that energy. It is almost as if you are casting a fishing net into the universe, and the type of fish you catch depends on the vibration of the net you are using. Think of your emotional state as a lighthouse sending signals to the universe. When you feel joy, gratitude, love, or hope, you send out a high-frequency signal. The universe responds to this signal by bringing experiences, people, and opportunities that match that positive energy. It is almost like setting the tone for the kind of day you want, and the universe slowly arranges things around that tone. On the other hand, when we spend most of our time feeling worry, anger, fear, or frustration, we send out a lower vibration. Unfortunately, this can attract experiences that reflect those same emotions. It is important to understand that the universe is not trying to punish or reward us. It is simply responding to the energy we are sending out. The real transformation begins when we become aware of our vibrational state and start choosing our thoughts more carefully. Small changes in our daily habits can create powerful shifts in the energy we send to the universe. For example, you can start your day by thinking about a few things you are grateful for. Gratitude instantly raises your emotional vibration and sets a positive tone for the rest of the day. Even in challenging moments, like being stuck in traffic, you can choose to focus on something positive instead of becoming frustrated. Maybe you think about your family, your goals, or something enjoyable you plan to do later. These small mental shifts may seem simple, but they have a powerful effect. They change the type of energy you send out into the world. When your inner state becomes more positive, you naturally begin attracting more positive experiences. As you continue to align your thoughts and emotions with the qualities you want to attract, you create a strong magnetic pull for those experiences. The universe, always responding to your vibration, begins shaping situations that mirror your inner world. Over time, you become more aware of your thoughts and feelings. You start to understand how much influence they have on your daily experiences. Life begins to feel less random and more connected to the energy you carry within yourself. In many ways, it becomes like a quiet conversation with the universe. Your inner thoughts whisper outward, and the universe listens and responds in its own mysterious ways. This idea of communicating with the universe is not limited to any one religion or belief system. People all around the world connect with the universe in many different ways. Some people do it through prayer, others through meditation, music, art, or simply by being deeply present in the moment. In some cultures, prayer is a silent conversation held within the heart. In others, it may be expressed through singing, dancing, or creative expression. No matter the form, these practices represent our human desire to connect with something greater than ourselves. Prayer, in its simplest form, is a way of sharing our thoughts, gratitude, and hopes with the universe. Every sincere thought, every moment of gratitude, and every wish for a better future becomes a message sent outward. And many people believe that these messages are always heard, even if the answers do not always arrive in the way we expect. Sometimes the universe responds by showing us new opportunities. Sometimes it teaches us patience, growth, or a new direction in life. But in every case, our inner thoughts and desires are reflected back to us through our experiences. And this leads us to an important realization. The universe may be listening more closely than we think. The real question is, what kind of message are we sending every day? Now here's a question for you. Do you believe your thoughts and emotions are shaping the experiences you attract into your life? Life often feels like a conversation between us and the universe. Every experience we go through and every insight we gain can feel like a response to the signals we send out through our thoughts and feelings. It is almost like sending a message into the universe and receiving a reply that guides us, teaches us, and sometimes challenges us to grow into better versions of ourselves. Prayer is one of the simplest and most powerful ways to communicate with the universe. It does not need to be complicated or perfectly structured.
Even a simple "thank you," spoken with sincerity, can become a meaningful prayer. When we express gratitude to the universe, we acknowledge that we are part of something greater than ourselves. The most important part of prayer is not the words themselves, but the sincerity behind them. It is not only about reaching out during difficult moments. True connection happens when we maintain regular communication, just like we would in any strong friendship. When we consistently express gratitude, hopes, and intentions, we create a steady flow of energy between ourselves and the universe. Another powerful practice that deepens this connection is meditation. Meditation creates a quiet space within the mind where thoughts slow down and clarity begins to appear. In this peaceful silence, we often receive insights, inspiration, or a sudden understanding about our lives. Sometimes it feels like guidance coming from a higher source. Many people believe these moments of clarity are the universe responding to our prayers and gently guiding us toward choices that align with our true selves. Talking to the universe is really about understanding that we are part of a much larger system. Our thoughts, emotions, and intentions carry energy, and when we direct them with clarity and purpose, they can influence the direction of our lives. A whispered wish under the stars, a quiet meditation at sunrise, or even dancing joyfully in the rain can become a form of communication with the universe. Each of these moments represents a small step toward understanding the deeper mystery and beauty of our existence. But communicating with the universe is not just about wishing or daydreaming. It is also about actively shaping our reality through the power of our mind. This is where visualization becomes incredibly important. Visualization means creating a clear and detailed mental image of the life or goal you want to achieve, as if it is already happening. When you visualize something, you do more than simply imagine it. You involve your emotions, your senses, and your belief system. It's like building a bridge between your current reality and the future you desire. The more vividly you imagine it, the more powerful the process becomes. The true power of visualization lies in how it affects the subconscious mind. When you repeatedly picture your goals as already achieved, your mind slowly begins to accept them as possible. This belief then influences your daily thoughts, actions, and decisions. Without even realizing it, you begin moving closer to the reality you once only imagined. The famous philosopher and writer James Allen once explained this idea beautifully when he said, "You are today where your thoughts have brought you, and you will be tomorrow where your thoughts take you." In other words, our thoughts are quietly shaping the direction of our lives. For example, imagine you dream of living in a new home. Instead of simply thinking about the house, try to visualize it in detail. Picture yourself walking through the rooms. Imagine touching the walls, hearing the sounds of the environment, and feeling the comfort of being in that space. Most importantly, allow yourself to feel the emotions you would experience if that dream had already come true. This level of detailed visualization is powerful because it triggers emotional and physical responses in your body, almost as if the experience is already happening. These emotional signals send strong messages to the universe, aligning your energy with your desires. The more real the experience feels in your mind, the stronger the signal you send out. When you practice visualization regularly, you begin to create a clear mental blueprint of your goals. This blueprint acts like a magnet, gradually attracting the opportunities, resources, and people needed to turn your vision into reality. What begins as a simple thought in the mind slowly transforms into real-life action and achievement. In this way, visualization becomes another powerful conversation with the universe. It allows you to send clear, focused, and emotionally charged messages about the life you truly want to create. So instead of leaving your dreams to chance, you can begin shaping them intentionally. Through prayer, meditation, and visualization, you strengthen your connection with the universe and guide your life toward the future you desire. Remember, the universe often reflects the energy we carry within ourselves. When we fill our minds with hope, gratitude, and belief, we naturally begin attracting experiences that match that positive energy. Your thoughts are powerful. Your intentions matter, and every small step you take toward positivity can slowly shape the reality you live in. So start today. Speak your dreams, visualize them, believe in them, and trust that the universe is always listening. Now here's a question for you. If you could clearly visualize the life of your dreams starting today, what would be the first thing you would imagine?